I usually talk a lot about business, mechanics, and mindset, but I wanted to change gears and talk about energy engineering. And when I talk about energy engineering, I really mean energy efficiency engineering. Now, you may ask, what's a business coach doing talking about engineering? So before I was a business coach, I grew, and I sold an engineering firm. And it just so happens that engineering is my core skill. Now, the reason that this content is relevant today is that I now coach business owners in the energy services company or ESCo industry. And energy engineering happens to be one of the main challenges that ESCos have in being successful. Hi, my name is Jeff Schuster with Mechanics and Mindset Business Coaching. I usually talk about business topics, but I felt the urge to publish a video about energy engineering today. So whether you're an energy engineer or a business owner in the green energy industry, I'd appreciate it if you'd like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel below. Now imagine, if you can, you're a sales executive for an ESCo. You've worked hard for a year to develop a relationship with a big facility conglomerate. You finally get a chance to audit one of their key buildings to show them how much energy you can save them. You send your energy engineer to their building and they come back with some bad news. Turns out that the best that they can do is a lighting retrofit with a few other small-time projects that are going to reduce the utility bill by about 5%. And these measures are going to cost so much that the project is going to take 20 years to pay for itself. I mean, after all of that work, you now must walk away from a relationship and a deal that you thought could have made you thousands of dollars in commissions. The sad fact is that many engineers don't see the true opportunity that exists when they perform a building audit. This is because their focus is on the wrong things. Now, during my time as an energy engineer and as an energy efficiency entrepreneur, I tended to find opportunity when others came up empty. So I'd like to highlight how I did it and hopefully help you make the most of your opportunities in the ESCo industry. First, you must know the energy index. Now, an energy index is the energy usage of a building divided by the total area of that building. So you get this by doing a simple utility bill audit. A utility bill audit is simply a table of monthly utility bills whereby you divide the annual utility consumption by the square footage. Now, the result is an energy index. You'll know the cost per square foot, the electricity usage per square foot, the gas consumption per square foot, the summer electric demand, the winter electric demand, and all sorts of cool data. Most ESCos will salivate with high energy index numbers, thinking, well, there's a lot of savings opportunity, thus a large project size, thus a large commission check. Now, I look at these energy index results a little bit differently. Now, if the number is high, I do look for what is causing that high number when I visit the building. If the number is low, I actually look for indoor air quality problems or other reasons for the low energy usage. So this brings up the second tip. It's not about the energy. Yes, I know you're an energy engineer. It's in your title. You're supposed to reduce energy consumption in buildings. Well, the reality is that most building owners, while they want to save energy, they think they're as energy efficient as they can be. On top of that, their utility bill is low on their list of concerns. This means that there are many higher priorities that the building owner is concerned about besides energy. And it's your job to uncover all of these priorities and help the building owner address these important concerns along with any utility bill savings. Third, you must start with a blank canvas. This means that you can't walk into a building with a preconceived idea of what solutions will work and what solutions will not work. Engineers take mental shortcuts. I mean, all of us humans do it, but engineers are the worst at it, or the best at it, depending on your perspective. A shortcut happens when you make assumptions to reduce the amount of time that it takes to do a certain task. In the mid-1990s, lighting tended to be the common shortcut. Energy engineers assumed that lighting would be one of the quickest paybacks, so they'd immediately start gazing at the ceiling to discover the immediate opportunity. If they saw efficient lights, They'd be tempted to walk out of the door claiming that there was no opportunity. While I also looked at lighting as an energy engineer, I understood that this was the tip of the opportunity iceberg. In fact, the true opportunity was in the mechanical systems, the control systems, and the less obvious spaces in a building. In the industry, we called lighting-focused companies cream skimmers. They'd address superficial concerns without looking for the deeper challenges and innovative building solutions. And in fact, one project, it turned out that fixing a leak in a retention pond saved our school district customer thousands by preventing a lawsuit from an angry neighbor. When you ask the right questions, you can uncover these gold nuggets when the cream skimmers miss them. Speaking of asking open-ended questions, that's my next tip. Ask good open-ended questions. Part of not taking shortcuts is being genuinely curious. It still amazes me how many engineers and scientists have made up their minds. They're not at all curious about uncovering the unknown. You'll find out more with conversations with building occupants, maintenance technicians, and owners than you'll ever find out looking at lights, boilers, rooftop units, and control systems. An open-ended question is a question that cannot be answered with a yes or a no. This means that the respondent needs to spend time telling you a story, which is gold in the energy engineering profession. Whenever I join others in a typical building walkthrough as part of a request for proposal or an RFP process, I'd be near the guide always talking away while others were taking pictures and writing down nameplate information on equipment. My questions were never scripted and always born out of curiosity. This conversation helps you learn more about the project opportunity than any motor nameplate ever could. Incidentally, I bring this same curiosity with me in my business coaching sessions with my clients. So one more tip, be aware of your location. I've audited buildings all over the United States. Energy costs and energy intensity is different from location to location. Weather in Minnesota is not the same as weather in Florida. Electricity is more expensive in California than it is in Montana. Electricity demand is the highest cost of an electricity bill in an urban area, but it's non-existent in rural areas. Ironically, water costs the least in the arid Southwest and the most in the cloudy East. Each location will dictate different strategies to reduce utility costs, and it's something that you must understand before you start considering energy conservation measures. You must understand the financial picture. Most energy projects are not supported by energy savings. Throughout my time in the ESCo industry, approximately 30% of a project would be supported by energy savings. So this means that 70% of the project will need to be funded from some other source. The successful ESCos understand rebate programs, grant programs, public finance avenues, capital budgets, green bonds, tax credits, and other operational cost categories like the back of their hand. For instance, many building owners budget to replace mechanical equipment at some point. If you understand their budget cycle, you can help them make the best use of their capital funds. So please understand that deferred maintenance, it's a real thing. Prior to joining the ranks of the energy services company world or the ESCo world, I worked to maintain buildings for an Air Force base. And when you maintain buildings, you realize that things get old and they eventually break. And when I was trained in sales for Honeywell, they showed me this pie chart with all the costs of maintaining a building. The largest slice of this pie was called deferred maintenance. Now, as a building maintenance professional, this made perfect sense to me. If you can replace old equipment with new equipment, you extend the life of the equipment in the building. But for some reason, this concept was difficult for my colleagues at Honeywell to understand. So I spent some time touring Honeywell branches, educating them on how deferred maintenance works and how they could use those funds to fund their energy retrofit projects. So if you don't understand deferred maintenance, please learn about it and use it when you're creating the financial justification for your projects. If you don't, you're going to be forever playing small ball in the energy retrofit world. The final topic that's important to most building owners is the impact that their energy efficiency project will have on the environment. All energy projects will help or harm the environment in some way. As fate would have it, the environment is one of those politically polarizing topics. It's important to understand your customers' environmental goals without making dangerous assumptions. It may be that the maintenance technician who is showing you the building thinks that the Green New Deal, it's a scam, while the building owner has specific goals that they want to achieve in carbon reduction. Be respectful of both views regardless of your personal view. Be curious. Ask if zero carbon emissions by a specific date is a critical need of your client. Help them create a plan to get to this goal, and you'll be their hero. If they believe that carbon emissions isn't an important goal, don't try to change their mind. You're not a political advocate, you're an energy engineer. So I hope that you've picked up a few pointers on how to build meaningful projects for your building owner customers. This approach should create a foundation for creating a valuable project for your customers and profit for your company. Incidentally, my approach to business coaching is much like my project development approach as an energy engineer. I listen intently, I understand my client's situation, and then I propose a custom solution. Once again, my name is Jeff Schuster with Mechanics and Mindset Business Coaching. If you'd like to learn more about how I coach my business owner clients, please visit my website at www.mmbizcoach.com. And I'd appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel below. Until we meet again, I pray that God blesses you, your business, and your energy efficiency efforts.